courtesy. Gets you a good parking spot. Your car is safe. I'm telling you, you get to meet that person. Otherwise, the receptionist, if you're not nice to her, she has the power. Yeah. So if you're not nice to her, greet her. There's a girl is neat. We're known for our natural puffs that are, your uniform is a certain way, it's been ironed and it's clean, your belt is starched, your shoes are polished, you're walking and the prefect sees you, your belt isn't starched. Why isn't it starched? You have to go back to the dormitory or get it starched or something. Because neatness was key. Finishing, that is the word, like, basically. Remember earlier we talked about packaging yourself. How you package yourself. And it's not that you're being fake or anything. No, you're not. It's just a part of you. Because again, you're going for that, I always refer to, job interview or that date, just simple things like, you get your in-laws at the end of the day. You take extra care. Why? Because you want to be seen a certain way. Otherwise, we would all be walking around in our PJs, and I wish we could, and comb hair and everything, which you can. But at the end of the day, you mind about how you're perceived. You're asked to have a dress code. You're invited to a party. It's about the other person, not you. So if you don't want to wear pink, why should you come out and say, because I wanted green? No. Which means now you're disrespecting your hostess. She had a certain vision in her mind. She wants her wedding to be all pink and you to wear pink. Then you're suddenly wearing black. Because the minute they can tell, it affects everything. It affects the questions they're asking you. They start thinking you cannot handle their client. You cannot handle the brand. How will you handle it? You can't even speak because now your voice is suddenly nervous. What will happen when you're cracking those big deals? You have to make negotiations with all these businesses and clients. Then right then you're telling them, I'm a little bit nervous, but no, the world isn't kind. So you might as well learn all these things that will help you. Actually, gentlemen too, having a firm handshake is a good thing. There's nothing as disappointing as a gentleman with a weak handshake. They're practicing. Very good. That's a weak one. Very weak gentleman. We're going to do that again.
Did you know that you could learn how to be elegant? Welcome back to Originaires. This is the space where we talk to people who are experts in their field. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and like this video if you like this video. And if you have 2 minutes, please pass by the link in our description. There's just a small Google form that would love you to fill, just to let us know what you think about the show and who you'd love to see next time. Today, I have an etiquette coach as well as an image consultant, Faith Nabaggala.
Hello, Lynn.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Thank you. I'm excited as well.
Thank you for making the time today.
Thank you for inviting me to Satisfashion, to Originaires.
To Originaires, yes. I'm even curious, as someone who slouches naturally, am I sitting right? Are we... Is this how we're supposed to?
Yes, you are. Just, your torso has to be straight up. Your shoulders straight, your chin straight as well. Eye contact. The smile is on. You're good. You're doing good. Tummy tucked in a little bit.
Some of us like.
Yes, we all like to slouch. Of course, we do.
So much, but I think that and all the aspects of etiquette, I'm curious to dive into.
And I'm happy to be here to answer all your questions. Yes.
Let's start with the basics. There are those manners that people say that everyone should know this. And yet you enter a space and you find someone who's doing the complete opposite. Are there some of those that you interact with a lot?
Of course, but then you realize nothing is obvious to everyone. It isn't. And then you also notice that, life can move on. Without you having to sit with your knees together, without you having to to speak a certain way, to eat a certain way.
Yes.
Life can honestly really go on. But as we were talking earlier, etiquette is about the other person. And maybe something I should mention before all that is etiquette is for both men and women. So people assume, yes, it needs to be said. People assume that, it's just about ladies and ladies refinement. No. It's about gentlemen.
Even me, I'm a man.
Yes,
I do what I want.
Thank you, right? The ego. No. It's about being a lady. It's about being a gentleman. But it's about making the other person comfortable. And etiquette, there's etiquette in different cultures across the world. Okay, it's very, very different, right? From our villages back at home with our judges, with our singers, with, and etiquette has been with us all along. So going back to your question, yes, there's certain things you look at. Some could be, I think the most obvious would be greeting, really. There has to be a certain way, that someone greets you properly, because it's respect.
Yeah.
But I bet you've also been in a situation where someone doesn't greet you properly and you feel a certain way. They don't pay attention to you. And to me, that's the first thing I teach children.
Yeah.
And it also shows me a lot about someone. The way they greet you says a lot about someone. Yeah, so most basic, as you say, back to basics, greeting.
Yes.
Saying hello, good afternoon, good evening, and also greeting the other person back, not just stopping at, I'm fine.
Right, and then you keep quiet.
Thank you. Little kids, I'm fine. Then they just move on. Or someone greets you and they don't shake your hand properly. They give you the weak, the tip, that tip kind of handshake, like, you know.
Yeah.
So, greeting.
You know, you even say, like, even just from greeting alone, it's one of those things where in this modern day and age where everyone is in their phones and everyone is in their own personal bubbles, you don't even notice someone has walked into the room or, you know, something like that. Tell me how you've seen that evolve, especially with the phones and the...
Of course, the phones have made many of the things seem irrelevant, right? Or seem like we don't really need them. Why? You know, people are asking why. Why should you tell your child do this, doing it? But why? I have a phone. Can I just, write a note, write a thank you note?
Right.
When was the last time you actually wrote a thank you note without typing it out? Thank you.
People still do that.
But imagine how much joy you would receive if you received a card that said, thank you, Lee, for doing this, da. So again, of course, technology has come in and it's coming in full blast right now with AI, and you don't have to think much anymore because ChatGPT can do everything for you right now. We have to accept what's going on right now and move with the times, but we can still use it to stay humane, to stay kind to each other, to respect each other, and
Is there such a thing as like texting etiquette?
Oh yes, there is. There is. Oh my goodness, there's texting etiquette. There's of course that's all under phone etiquette. Really. How you pick up your phone, how you text, how you write an email. There is texting.
I mean, I feel like the rules when it comes to email are very the rules around email are very like still rigid a bit. But like with text and how informal it is, I feel like, there's some times where things that would be a real rule in like grammar kind of get lost when it comes to text.
And that's where people get it wrong. They get it really wrong, and
because like
perceptions are made that shouldn't have been made. And that is a problem.
Sorry to interrupt, but like,
sure.
For example, if someone like texts me and they put a full stop at the end of the sentence, I'll immediately assume they're annoyed at me. It feels very cut. In a text,
yes.
Hello, how are you? Full stop.
So what? They leave it hanging?
No, like leave it at the end. No, like leaving a sentence. Good grammar via text sometimes sounds.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And I think that was the point I was making. That perception. That's a problem with text, I guess. Perception. We perceive things differently. You could write something. The way you write something might not be the same way someone perceives it, and you cannot control that, unfortunately. But of course, if you're using exclamation marks, like 5 exclamation marks, you're using emojis and every angry emojis, that says it all. But in this new age, and something I've noticed in should I say, I don't want to say Gen Zs, but let me use Gen Zs specifically, because there's a real difference between Gen Zs now and the millennials and the ones coming and the betas and alphas and everything. You tend to ignore all these things, but yet there's some of the things that might also be blocking you, if I should say.
Right.
Let's say you're texting someone and you have an interview with them. Right? A job interview, a quick one, because now all these people's jobs are all, you have a job for 2 hours or something of the sort. You see, that's what it is. It's no longer the conventional kind of thing. You have gigs, right? But then how you communicate in a text message could make you or break you. And that one, trust me on that.
Right.
And I can speak for because I do that.
Yeah.
How someone's communicating to me, someone will try to be my assistant at a certain point. How you communicate shows quite a lot, because how are you going to be my assistant and communicate with my clients?
Right.
And you cannot type a sentence, first of all. You're using all the K's, IDK, I don't know what. You cannot read anything. You cannot.
No,
And
but
that's
honestly,
the difference. But short form. So you have to also learn the communication that works for the person.
For the person.
Etiquette.
Oh, yeah.
If you know that, my Faith, will Faith be able to? Miss Etiquette. That's what people. Will she be able to handle that? No. Let me give her a call.
So you adjust accordingly. Yeah.
Thank you. You adjust accordingly. And it's the same thing I tell corporates as well. You have a client who doesn't have a smartphone. He's a farmer, a millionaire, billionaire farmer. But he does not have a smartphone. Or he has it, but only uses it to pick calls and send mobile money.
Yes.
Then you decide to tell him, but I sent you emails. At which point will he look at the emails? So you have to craft your communication mode accordingly, really. Yeah. Again, out of respect of the other person.
I was going to say, in this day and age where there is predictive text, where you start the word and the phone spells it out for you, you're still putting short form. Really?
There's something that they say autocorrect is and also always correct. You need to read through.
Yeah.
Right? Trust me, if it's anything, please do away. Let me just guide you on this. Do away with short form. Is it called short form? There's a word for it. Is it short form? There's a word for it with what is it called? Short form. Let's use that term. Do away with it if it's anything formal.
Right.
That should just be your rule. And if you don't know the person,
absolutely,
you're not friends, you're not colleagues, you're not. Just do away with it. It won't cost you much to write I don't know. Oh, okay. Because again, it's a perception being made.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's a perception.
Speaking of perceptions on the phone, online, everyone is, switching on the camera. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram. They're telling their stories. Is there some sort of online etiquette? Yes. Because now sometimes someone is like, my video won't go viral if I don't tell this crazy story of what happened to me. So what point does it reach like oversharing?
Thank you. And that's a good space to take it because that's what we're seeing, the oversharing. Again, personal branding. It's your narrative. You have control of what you want to be known for.
Absolutely.
You know that?
Yeah.
So if you decide to share your story about, let me see, maybe could be a broken relationship, right? And you put it all out there because right now we're seeing those stories. Someone comes in and talks about a whole divorce, what happened, what the husband did, and everything. When she goes to the grocery store, that's the lady of the divorce. That's the lady who did this. When she goes to pick up her kids from school,
that's the first thing.
That's the first thing every parent will say. Children will know about it because now everyone knows everything.
Yes.
When you go for a wedding, that's what they'll know about you because of that one video. And we tend to forget that at times.
Right.
Because you're working with your emotions at that time. Or you feel like things it won't
go that far.
I need to tell my story, which is very okay. Please do tell your story.
And sometimes even the numbers online don't feel real.
Thank you. And you want, and that day and that's the time you get 500K and 1.1 million views and all of that. But then, again, what do you want to be known for? So if you make sure that whatever you're doing is in that lane. Then secondly, because remember, again, bringing it also back to etiquette and no one is an island. So you just have to know that whatever you're saying out there isn't going to affect other people at a certain point. Okay. It could be your children, and many again looking into the age bracket. If you're talking anybody younger, right?
Yeah.
You don't have children yet, and you're single, life is good, and you're sharing your whole life and everything, things that happened to you, and it could be, some people could be a gruesome story, others could be really odd. But remember, the internet doesn't forget. So 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you have a child who's looking through something, there's a record, and YouTube might not be YouTube then, whatever it will be then, but there are archives. And they find this video of you revealing.
Let me tell you, people have we've been seeing it come to life, at least on a global stage, when people are anticipating with like Kim Kardashian and how she got her start. And everyone is just like, your kids are now on the internet.
Yes.
What happens when they see that video? That video doesn't die.
At times you can't control it. You can't blame people, of course, when you can't control it. Something happens, something bad happens, bad choices, and that's life. Nobody's perfect. But if it's a point where you can control the narrative, it's your own doing, just make sure that it's aligning with where you want it, what it's supposed to do. Is it about your career?
Yeah.
Is it about, if it's just about the likes, please do you. Again, life, I respect people now and their choices, by the way. I don't judge. I can guide if I'm asked. But then I don't, everybody. I let them. You let people be, really. But yeah.
And I think like with oversharers, I feel like that's understandable. Like, you know that this person is trying to get some type of traction or they're fundraising or something.
Now, it gets into their character.
Yeah.
It's much more. It gets into their character. You realize these people like the limelight. When you're in a conversation, they really want to be the ones who speak the most. It's also character-based most of the time. So there's always a deeper thing going on with them. So you'd say, okay, I'm not surprised because that's them. Yeah. They're always there's something about.
Here's the thing. I think those ones can be justified because, like, okay, you like the limelight, cool. What about commenters? I feel like there are people who comment, who go online specifically to make the most, I don't know, egregious, the most, I don't know, insulting comment. Especially, I've seen it a lot on TikTok, even
of course,
Twitter,
everywhere,
they're back and forth.
Platform.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that you have to know. The minute you step out there into the limelight, not everybody's going to like you. You're a pastor. I'm just going to take it down to Jesus. He wasn't liked. So by some people. So really, if you there's always going to be haters. Always.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a sheikh, whether you're the most holy of holy. I even believe Mother Teresa had haters. You get what I mean? Yeah. So that's life. But now, going back to that person, really, they're just unhappy people. But you move on. The energy takes them to sit down and yet they're following this person.
Right.
That's always the biggest question. Is why are you following me if you feel that way about me? It means no matter what, there's something interesting you find. Absolutely. Why are you always watching my videos? Yes, you respond with all this hate, but you're the first one to watch it and make a comment. Yeah. Why? So again,
that has always baffled me because in my mind I'm like, there's no incentive. There is absolutely no incentive.
You're not getting paid, but it's just hearts and time. They've got a lot of time on their hands, by the way. A whole lot of time.
And also, I'm curious to know what you think about the keeping private of, let's say, family or your relationship. You know, recently there's been a very popular article that was written about how having a boyfriend is embarrassing now. So no one wants to post their boyfriend. It's like it's bad for the brand and all that. So is it a thing that you agree with, like, okay, keep all those off, or is it like
again? I was recently watching something. Someone was talking about the different things. So it was more about mothering, but then now it got into a social media episode. Basically, putting your kids out there and everything. Again, it's in your control. It's in your control. But there has to be boundaries, I would believe. Because you don't want to do anything you're going to regret. Absolutely. And we do make mistakes, I should say. So there's certain things you could have done 10 years ago. Say, no, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have posted a picture of her like that, But of course, the world is not, it's an ugly world out there. So you have to have boundaries. Protect your children, protect your family. Again, so you're putting your boyfriend out there, then 3 minutes, so you say 3 minutes later. But that's relationship. 3 months later, you're breaking up. So do you, if you want us to know everything that's going on in your life, again, as I told you, please do you. It's okay. We shall watch, we'll get entertained. But again, we'll know you for what? That chick who's always switching boyfriends, the guy who's always switching girlfriends, who's always... Why? Like why? To me, privacy. Privacy is a good thing. Is key. Again, it's up to you, because there are people who have cameras on top of their heads every single day, their whole life, because again, it's paying bills. You see that it's paying bills. You can see all these YouTubers. There's some shows my son used to watch and everything. They're making a whole lot of money out of showing their lives. So again, if it's for money, please make that money. Is it for, what's the reason behind it? For the likes? For the 1 million, I don't know, views? But yes, again, it goes back to character and who you are at the bottom of the core. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, Faith, I need
Mhm.
to know, how did you even get into the space of etiquette?
Now we can ask that.
Yeah.
Wow, how did I get into etiquette? Very good question. I was an image consultant. I'm still an image consultant, but then as an image consultant, and we worked with a whole lot of how people should appear. So yes, I would help my clients. We'd go shopping, I'd change their wardrobes, all of that. But then what happens when they go for that interview? How do they present themselves beyond just the look? So that's what got me interested in that. And I think it could have been there. I think because of my background, the schools I went to, it's always been a part of me. But then I got interested, started reading about it. I found schools that train etiquette. You can imagine,
Yeah.
I endeavor to get better at what I want to do. I endeavor, So I went, studied it, and I became an etiquette consultant, if I should say.
Yes.
So that way it's a package. My client looks good, but when they go and speak, they go on a date, they know what to do. They can maneuver through life. Or in case they're invited for a meeting, in Italy or France, they're representing their company.
Yeah.
They look the part. They act the part as well. So yeah, so got me interested in it. And yes, I teach children from age 6 all the way to adulthood.
What do children learn in etiquette
school? All the basics, all the way to also public speaking. We start a few little things here and there. Of course, yes, everyone assumes etiquette is just about the fork and knife. Yes, we do teach a fork and knife because, again, dining, eating, it's a part of our culture. It's a part of life. But teach, little things. They're courtesy, the thank yous, the please, may I's, which I still teach adults as well. And the reason why it's necessary, up to today, when they send you mobile money, do you say thank you? When your friends throw you a party, do you write to them, each of them, and thank them? Or do we take it for granted? And that's what's going on, that we take things for granted these days. So a little courtesy is very important. It would get you, courtesy gets you a good parking spot. Your car is safe. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
You get to meet that person. Otherwise, the receptionist, if you're not nice to her, she has the power.
Yeah.
So if you're not nice to her, greet her. Yeah. Yes.
I saw that you were a Gayaza alumni.
Yes.
And it's very popularly known for how strict the etiquette is and how they teach you how to sit and don't run in the rain and all these things. Is there one lesson that really stuck with you all this time?
Oh, wow. There's so many. I think the key one, which I guess is also basis of etiquette, is just good manners. Good manners. And that's why you could tell a guy as a girl from another, yes, that was one of the things. I'm not saying it in a bragging sort of way, but again, that's what we're known for, which also goes into another direction, but that's what we're known for. Then secondly, because etiquette still, grooming is part of etiquette. And that was key. Guy as a girl is neat. We are known for our natural puffs that are, your uniform is a certain way, it's been ironed and it's clean, your belt is starched, your shoes are polished.
Were there consequences for not being
Of course,
neat?
definitely. You're walking and the prefect sees you, your belt isn't starched. Why isn't it starched? You have to go back to the dormitory or get it starched or something. Neatness was key. How you leave your bed in the morning. You learn how to make the hospital corners and all of that. Cleanliness is part of us, right?
Yeah.
And we grew up. These are all lessons I learned from that school, apart from all the rest. But then it was quite important. And it became the core of who we are, really. And it's, it's not that everybody comes out that way. But if you pay attention to it, you would understand the reason behind it. Okay, yeah. Having clean spaces, respecting other people, greeting, presenting yourself, basically.
Yes, I think it's things that people may not even necessarily think about. Yeah. But it actually matters, especially when it comes to, I guess, the finishing touches of anything.
Refinement, that's the word. Finishing. Finishing, that is the word, basically. Remember earlier we talked about packaging yourself.
Yeah.
How you package yourself. And it's not that you're being fake or anything. No, you're not. It's just a part of you. you know, because again, you're going for that. I always refer to, job interview or that date. Just simple things that, you're going to your in-laws at the end of the day. You take extra care. Why? Because you want to be seen a certain way. Otherwise, we would all be walking around in our PJs, and I wish we could, and comb hair and everything, which you can. But at the end of the day, you mind about how you perceive it. Yes, and it's respectful to other people.
Yeah.
Just like following a dress code. It has just come to my mind, and I thought I should also share that as well.
Yeah. Let's talk
you
about
asked to have
that.
a dress code. You're invited to a party. It's about the other person, not you. So if you don't want to wear pink, stay home.
Theme is pink.
Yes, why should you come out and say, because I wanted green? No. Which means now you're disrespecting your hostess. She had a certain vision in her mind. She wants her wedding to be all pink and you to wear pink. Then you're suddenly wearing black. So her pictures will look a certain way.
And they're like, but she knows me, I'm a black girl.
Thank you. Why is it about yourself? So.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's talk about actually parties, since you brought it up.
Yeah.
Is fashionably late a rude thing? Or are there spaces where it actually fits
Very good
in?
question. Now, just learn this. If you've been invited to a friend's house or a family gathering, they give you time for 1 p.m. It's lunch. It's okay to arrive at 1:15. Don't arrive on the dot. This is when, if it's an informal kind of thing, because someone is still, they're just doing the last minute touches, getting ready. She's taking off her dera, trying to get, getting herself ready. So don't. That is allowed, by the way. That is allowed. But the fashionably late side of things, 2 hours late is not fashionably late. It's just rude, especially if you haven't given prior communication.
Yeah.
So there's a huge difference. Then if it's a formal event and you've been given a time, arrive at that time. Okay, or within that time, really. You could call. There's always a number, you know that.
Right.
Call and say, what time is arrivals, what time does the actual event start? So you may not be the one who arrives. Let's say it's a 5 p.m. event.
Yes.
Okay. You might not be the one who arrives on the dot at 5 because you'll be the only one and you sit for hours waiting for everybody. But if they tell you it actually starts at 5:30, then it's okay, arrive at 5:20 as well, If it's a meeting, be there.
Yeah.
A few minutes before time.
Yeah.
A few minutes before time. That way, because you just don't know how far the parking is from the office.
Right.
If you have to take stairs or an elevator,
the
person you're meeting, all of that. So just make sure you're there before time. If it's a work meeting, client meeting. Yes.
And there's always this notion of African time.
Yeah.
And they're like, but African time. Or,
And there's a video recently that I saw where it was a wedding, a Nigerian wedding or something. And people hadn't arrived even 2 hours later. Yes, there's African time, but then again, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Especially if let's say somebody got a chef, they had to cook. So imagine it's courses. So the first course has been prepared.
Yes.
Knowing it's going to be served at 6:30.
Yeah.
Then they serve the next at 7:30 or 30 minutes later. And now if you're late, first of all, you're missing out on an experience. Then everything is just thrown off.
Yeah.
Your hostess, of course, is in disarray. Again, respect.
Yeah. When people come late, of recent, there's a change of things that I saw suggested, and I'm curious to know what you think about this. Like they're like, oh, you shouldn't say you're sorry for being late. You should say thank you for waiting for me. And at least personally, how I see that, I'm just like, what do you mean thank you for waiting? Like, I had no other choice. I'm here waiting. You could at least acknowledge that I've been here.
I think that's just a play of words and trying to see the psychology behind it. But at the end of the day, an apology is necessary. It is necessary. First of all, you need to manage expectations. So, yes, you had an appointment for a certain time, and you definitely see you will not make it at that time.
Right.
Communicate. And that's the biggest problem we have. Okay? So, again, respect. I'm going to say that over and over again.
Yeah.
Because now you're late. The other person, you've wasted their time, first of all. You could have told them earlier. They could have done so many things within that time. Okay?
But they
would have been able to also manage their time on another side. They're on standby for you.
Yeah.
So, It's just good manners. It's being
to
polite. It's courtesy.
apologize. Yeah. Okay. You mentioned a date and how people should act on dates. As someone who is actively dating, I'm very curious to know what you have to say about like that and how people are supposed to behave.
Yeah, let's get into it. Give me a scenario.
Okay. Here's a
For men and for women, and it's very different for men and women. And I think I'd like us to address both sexes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very different.
Let me first talk about the women.
Yes, yourself.
Yes. Usually, I would expect that if you're like asking someone on a date, you'd be like, oh, let's go here at this time.
So a lady's asking?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But then sometimes it'll be like, oh, where do you want to go? And I'm just like, where do you want to take me? Like, how does that, how should someone navigate that situation? Because sometimes it's like, no, you tell me where you can manage, especially.
It is. Yeah, of course, the male perspective, the female perspective. A man will ask because he really doesn't know. And you can't blame him asking. Okay? For many of them. Others, it could be a test. Some are very, like that. It could be a test. Let me
They're like, will she say the most expensive?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or we did, just to get to know who you are and all of that. But then, to me, it's also a very good conversation starter.
Okay.
Yes. So you don't immediately say, why is he asking me? No. You could say, you could say, I really like Indian. I'm in the mood for Indian,
right.
Chinese. You're already saying something about yourself. Then you ask them as well, what do you feel like? What do you think? You make it a conversation. That way, the date has already started even before you meet in person.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be people have issues with it, but then I like being asked at times, but then as a lady, as a lady, I also want to see if a gentleman will take on the role of choosing. So I could say, no, please choose. Give me options. Actually, I like that. I like asking for options because again, it might tick me off if he chooses somewhere. So basically, you ask for options.
Yeah.
You could tell him, no, give me options. What do you think?
Oh.
Again, he could give you the 3 options. You look at it. Then you're playing around with them as well, going back and forth, ping pong, and you both come up with something that you're comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be a bad thing when you're asked where to go, or it's a good thing. I think it's polite.
Yeah.
It's polite. Yeah, it's polite.
And then asking for the guys, who is supposed to pay?
It's courtesy to me. At least the first date, let the man pay. However, of course, we're in a different generation now where, I am very independent, right? But at the end of the day, you could take on the second date.
Right.
Do the second date.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's like, let's go for a burger.
Yeah.
There's a really nice place, I know. Let's go for ice cream. I really like ice cream. Then you pay for it. That's fine. But the first date, again, man, it's ego.
Yeah.
It's ego.
Okay.
And
so even offering to split it is...
No. Just sit humbly that day. He better be able to. Gentlemen, I know you're here. Please. I know you could argue about it right now. But to me, it's the most decent thing you could, especially if he asked you out.
Gotcha.
Really? You asked me for a date. I got up. No, fine. Before that, I had to think about what I'm going to wear. You do your hair, makeup. Some girls are overboard. They go do their hair, a whole face beat out. I don't know where. Yeah. Buy a new outfit.
Yes.
All of that. And then your mental health as well, because you can't wait. You think about it. The
whole
time you're nervous, right? Then, Bambi, you get an Uber. Or, you're there on time.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the date, he's asking you to pay as well.
Open your wallet.
You better have money, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Always,
absolutely.
As a lady, as a woman, always have money to pay for your meal.
Just in case.
If he does that, pay, by the way, pay. And then leave. Yeah. To be up to you if you call him, if you ever take his call again or not. That's really up to you.
Right.
But do that. Don't sit there and say, but I don't have any. Start calling your friends. No, always have money on you. And that one is a must.
Yeah.
Always have money.
Yeah.
Pay your mobile money. It shocks you. But have your brave face on. If not, go to the bathroom, scream, do whatever you need to do. Come back, pay for the meal. but then walk away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What happens in the situation? And I have a
Have you been
feeling...
asked to pay before?
No.
I'm curious. Okay.
Not really. Like, okay, here's the thing. Usually when someone is like, oh, let's split this, I immediately categorize this person as a friend. I'm like, oh, we're hanging out as friends.
That's a very good one. You're immediately friend zone.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
You're immediately friend zone. Yes.
Because that's how I am with my girlfriends and all my other friends. It's like, we split, we pay for what we ate.
But it gets disappointing if it's somebody you could be interested in.
Right.
Of course, you're like, okay. Yeah. But as a gentleman, you do your part.
Yeah.
You've asked a lady out. You better be able to. But then also for ladies, don't be the one who asks for the most expensive thing on the menu. Definitely. That also just reveals a lot to the gentleman you're dating. He's like,
you go and you want to eat crocodile meat.
Oh, whatever. That's why they took you, yes. But then you choose the most expensive bottle on the menu. You can't even pronounce the name.
Gotcha, yeah.
First of all, it could be a white wine yet you're having red meat or something. So you don't even know that yet you're trying to seem very posh or whatever it is.
Yeah.
No. Be down to earth.
Yeah. Again, I have a feeling I know where you might stand with this particular question, but it has to be asked. If you go on a date and it goes really well, and the chemistry is crazy, and you're really connecting with this person, is it fine to go home with them on the first date?
Oh, wow. I have to have that laugh.
I'm asking for a friend.
You're asking for a friend. You're asking for a friend. Again, I let people be. By the way. And with the way you started, chemistry, our bodies are different, hormones, alcohol. There's a lot. But again, is it necessary? Because a guy, the way men think, he's won his gold immediately.
Right.
Isn't it? If you that day, oh wow, it's good for him.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't call you the next day or a week later, he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
Again, the way you carry yourself matters.
Fun.
Yeah. The way you carry yourself matters. And then what's the goal at the end of the day? I ask that because again, we are adults and I believe you're adults listening in. What's the goal? What do you want to achieve out of this date? If it's just a one-night stand, then I don't know.
Well and good.
But I believe that by the time you're asking this, that's why people's hearts keep on breaking and everything because yes, you're so in love. I don't know. But you can wait. You can wait.
Okay.
But again, you let humans be. If someone else would argue it the other way or whatever, people do at the end of the day.
What about a kiss? Isn't that...
etiquette? No, if he leans over, if it's a gentleman, I'd suggest let it be on the cheek maybe. That doesn't hurt. Okay. It's gentlemanly at the end of the day as well. Let it be. First date. You don't, because again, boundaries matter. Boundaries matter. So you don't have to seem too eager. Also respect someone's space. Because I really like my space being respected. Just like when someone finds you and hugs you, when a colleague hugs you at work, when they give you a handshake, a certain type of handshake at work, boundaries are key. And that's one of the things that I speak a lot about. So you'll have someone who's naturally touchy. They all the time they find you, they hold your shoulder, your waist, and boundaries are key. So it's at the end of the date, a hug would do. First date. Yeah. Keep it at a hug if you can. Then maybe the next one, you're lucky enough and you feel like it's not a master because now you've listened to Faith. And Faith Nabaggala, etiquette coach, has said, first date, hug, next date,
it's a checklist.
On the cheek. It's not a checklist, really. You can read the mood. But at the end of the day, take your time. Take your time.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I'm curious to know how someone can, I guess, cultivate confidence if they may not necessarily be a confident person. How do you appear confident?
There are quite a number of tips that we teach. And these, I had to teach myself as well. I had to learn them. First of all, I had to discover the mistakes I was making. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. So if I do that, it means, and it's perceived as being nervous. If I do this, if I speak this way, if I stand this way, it's all under, body language. Yeah. The best example I can give, you're speaking in front of an audience and you're your hands, it just immediately shows nervousness. Yeah. But there's certain things that we teach that exude confidence. Ladies, I tell ladies quite a lot, wear a pair of heels. Work, your presentation, business meeting, whether you're into, because I do events planning as well and wedding planning, you're meeting that client. The perception you're making, and I'm not saying it has to be a 6-inch pair of heels or something. No. Even a small kitten heel. Yeah. It gives you that confidence as a lady. You're even walking better and you stand better, surprisingly, as compared to sandals, because sandals just make you move that way. I always share when I'm speaking to corporate organizations, if a receptionist leaves the back of her desk and comes to meet me and she's wearing sandals, it says a lot about the company brand. Okay. Yes, it does. Interesting. So at least own a pair of pumps that you can change into work. No sandals under the office. Right. So there's certain things that we do, should I say, innately, right? Because it's part of you. You always bite your lip when you're speaking because yes, the person you're speaking to, it seems like you're nervous to them, right? Or you're tugging at your ear, or you've met people who and that happens, who tap their knees, always doing that. But you're in an interview and you're doing this, and you're sitting in front of a panel and your knees doing. Right. They're paying attention to that. Immediately. Now the attention will be drawn to that as well. So those are the little things that we tend to teach and try to bring to life and say, okay, if you do that, it means this. If you cross your arms, it means you're closed in. If you how do you handle your eye contact? Some people can never look at the ceiling. Or other people, it's the tone of their voice. Gotcha. Yes, you find a man and yes, I'm a soft speaker and everything. And that's what it is. So we try to teach you that, you know what, you need to try. In this space. You need to try to learn on the space because it affects how people, perceive you, how they see you. Yes, it also affects a conversation because it will be weird, the whole conversation. Pardon? Beg your pardon? Is it in any space okay to actually admit that you are feeling nervous or feeling shy? I'd suggest let it stay in your mind. Okay. There's something we teach, the tricks that we teach. Let's say you have, again, interview or presentation, and you are nervous. You're definitely nervous. If you're not nervous, then it means you're also overly confident, which also isn't that good. Yeah. You see that? I think if you're not nervous, to some extent, like you don't even care. You don't care. It gets to that. And at times, trust me, you can see it. If you're in the audience and someone is speaking, you can tell that, okay, this is overly now. This is too confident. However much you do it, you could call me in the middle of the night and ask me about etiquette, or ask me about personal branding, ask me about events planning, whatever it is. Yes, I know I can speak for it. But again, at the end of the day, I'll have to respect the space enough. Right. To check all my boxes once again, even though I spoke like 30 minutes ago to somebody and it's the same thing I could be saying over and over again. You just have to. So let it stay on the inside though. And on the outside, mask it. And those are the tricks we teach. You have to find a way of masking it. Because the minute they can tell, it affects everything. It affects the questions they're asking you. They start thinking you cannot handle their client. You cannot handle the brand. How will you handle it? You can't even speak because now your voice is suddenly nervous. What will happen when you're cracking those big deals? You have to make negotiations with all these businesses and clients. Then right then you tell them, oh, I'm a little bit nervous. No, the world isn't kind. So you might as well learn all these things that will help you. Then at the end, after that, run to the bathroom. But then you have presented the best of yourself. You also run the Women's Getaway. I'm curious to know more about that. The Women's Getaway is a platform we came up with out of the work that I do as an image consultant. I discovered that women past a certain age, 35 and over, when you start, when you're having babies, getting married, when life happens, we lose ourselves because we're meant to give. So by the time you're, let's say, 75, and you're talking to your grandchildren, 80, telling them about your life, we don't want it to be regrets. saying, I could have done this, I could have done this, I could have gone to Paris, I could have traveled the world, I could have done this in my career, I could have started that bakery, I could have, no regrets. So we created that space for you to come back, be with other women, like-minded women, learn from them, get inspired, have a space to just even laugh with other people away from your usual circles.
Yeah.
As you hear Getaway, meant to travel, to be and refill your cup and remind yourself that, I can still go and skydive if I wanted to at 50. I can still do all these things. Because men are lucky. A man at 50, you're skydiving, you're driving your Porsche and everything.
Yeah.
Life doesn't question you too much.
Right.
But many ladies that we meet, we just tell them, we are going away here. Oh my God, first instinct is my children.
Yeah.
I cannot travel without my children. I cannot travel without my husband. I cannot.
So real.
Which it's there's no problem with that. Understandably so, because again, it's an instinct, a baby instinct. Or times you're too busy with work. Some people now are too engrossed in their work and they don't even have a social life. So we just come into a space to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it was created. In 2019.
Okay.
2019. Yes.
And if someone wants to come and just learn or like get a training when it comes to etiquette or things like that, how do they get that?
I'm the founder of the Etiquette School in East Africa. So we are online.
Okay.
The telephone number is right there, or you can email us and we have a conversation. It all starts with a conversation, with a hello, if I should say.
Yeah.
Everyone has a need. You coming in for my etiquette class is very different from someone else coming in. You could come in because, let's say, you're becoming a wife of an MP and you feel you need to act a certain, or a minister, you want to act a certain way. You're going to host people quite a lot in the home. You're going to travel a lot with him. So how should you act? How should you act? Then another person will come in. It's strictly business etiquette. They've got a new role at work. Gotcha. They need to fit the part and look the part. What can we do about it? So I need to understand that. Your why. Everybody has a different why.
So it fits.
I've had clients. It fits into. It has to fit because, again, we're serving a goal and a purpose. Other people, I've had people who've just gone through, let's say, surgery, a major, major life-changing event, and they feel they need to do something for themselves. So she'll come in, or he'll come in and say, you know what, I need to change my whole wardrobe. That, or a major weight loss journey, and they want to do something good about themselves. Everything we do an overhaul because it's going to make them feel good about themselves. So there's a reason for everything, but at the end of the day, it's just helping people to look and feel good about themselves and also act the right way within society. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. I was hoping that you could maybe give us like something practical that we can go home with.
Let me see. Before we actually close, something I thought I should mention as well is we do groups as well.
Okay.
You could have your girlfriends and it's a bridal shower.
Yes.
And you feel it would be nice. Again, she's becoming a wife. So how does she host, her guests at home? We do group events as well. So it's about refinement and wanting to do better and develop yourself even more. Gentlemen as well, within their circles. It's all round. Okay, as you mentioned earlier, children too. Yes. So what's something practical for us to do? I think, what should we do first? We could just do the sitting, if I should say. Okay. Which of course you've got right, thank goodness. But it all starts for ladies, really. Yeah. It's your knees should always be together. Knees together. The mistake people make, they assume that it's the ankles. So you've seen those photos that they take in the newspapers, photos everywhere, and on social media. Somebody people seated at the front. Yes. It's a corporate event. It's a government event, and people at the front, the ladies at the front. She's crossed her ankles, yes, but the knees are not together. Knees are apart. Yeah. So your knees are always together. As we talked about, your chin is straight, eye contact, chest out, tummy tucked in just a little bit. And where do you place your arms? People ask that quite a lot. First of all, when you're speaking, it's good to use your arms, not to be so straight and
rigid.
Yes, it's good to use your arms. If you're relaxed, you're listening, yes, one arm on top of the other. That's quite okay. Paying attention, listening, so nodding as well. It's again respectful. Yeah. Yes, it's respectful. And then maybe I should
crossing your rude?
Crossing the legs, no, it's not rude as per se, but we're all differently, should I say, structures are very different.
Gotcha.
So you find somebody who's a bit slimmer, it's very easy for them.
Yes.
It's easy for them and it looks comfortable.
Yes.
But then in case you're plus size, it could come off a different way because of the way the thigh is sitting one leg over the other. And then you'll find that the heel of the shoe is pointing to other people. So it doesn't seem that comfortable. So I would say, especially if you're in front of an audience, I would just say you cross your shoes, cross your ankles, exactly. Make sure that the bottom of your heel isn't showing. That's what it is. But of course, if you're with your friends and, you can cross your legs.
Want to show the red bottom.
When you show the red bottom, they'll see it. They will definitely see it. Yes, they'll definitely see it. Yes. And then maybe I could share just a handshake, just a reminder.
Yeah.
Especially ladies as well and gentlemen. Actually, gentlemen too. Yes. Having a firm handshake is a good thing. There's nothing as disappointing as a gentleman with a weak handshake. They're practicing. Very good. That's a weak one. Very weak gentleman. We're going to do that again. I could see it from here. Very weak, but have a firm handshake. Yes. And especially for ladies. I'm a petite lady and I deal with men quite a lot. When you walk into the room, you don't want to be taken unseriously, right? You're there or you're negotiating something. Those are the little confidence boosters that you learn.
Gotcha.
So I thought I could share that.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much for coming through and being so candid and sharing things that people pay big bucks to hear. You've given us all the tea and left it here.
It's a great pleasure.
Yeah, I'm very, very grateful. Guys, see you next week. Bye. If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of our page because there's so much more for you to see. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.